Hello, and welcome to One Cool Thing, PC Mag's daily show where we talk to you about one cool thing that we've been testing out here in PC Labs. I'm Tom Brandt. This, arriving very slowly here, is Michael Muchmore, and the reason that he's arriving slowly is because we are going to talk to you today about time. Specifically, the Rescue Time app, which is a time management software. Right?
Well, it's kind of a unique thing. So you blew my lead. I wanted to say, we're here to talk about your most important possession, your most precious possession, your time, your most limited possession.
So we're going to get to Rescue Time, but we would like you to ask us your questions about time management software, computers, anything else that you might want to ask us about. Definitely put those in the comments if you're watching right now on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube later, consider coming back tomorrow because we will be on Facebook Live again at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for One Cool Thing like we do every day.
Or just quietly listen and learn something.
Yeah, or just listen and download Rescue Time and record how much time you're spending.
Don't spoil what it's about.
The most interesting thing to me about this piece of software is that it gets 5 stars.
Yeah, this is,
this is incredible.
Our productivity expert, Jill Duffy, reviewed this, and she's reviewed so many of these types of apps and services, and this one is really unique. And let me just tell you, the point of Rescue Time, our 5-star service, is it's not time tracking. It's not going to help you bill a client or anything. What it does, it's sort of a personal embetterment app. What happens is it will record everything you're doing. I say record. It measures how much time spent in each app or website, and you assign each app or website a productivity level, like very productive, productive, neutral, counterproductive. It calls it unproductive or something like that, and very unproductive. And I can show you in the app here how you do that. So I've logged into my account. And then the dashboard gives you an estimate of what % productive you were.
And that's really the key feature of this. It gives you a productivity score.
Right, and it's for your own benefit. And notice I have the 75% productivity today. I haven't been using the app that much. You can change the view to weekly, and I'm a little higher.
Now, one of the things that I noticed about in reading this review, most people that use Rescue Time are not going to get like 90 to 100% productivity scores.
In fact, the average is 67%.
Right, so that's basically indicates that as you're going through your normal workday, you're going to be distracted, and this is just to keep track.
And you need a little recharging time. You can't work. People have asked Rescue Time, the Rescue Time staff, like, should I want to aim for 100% productivity? And they're saying, no, that's not the idea. You need some downtime.
So let's we're going to go through this overview here, but before we do that, let's take a question.
Someone asks, would it be a better option to use a local time management tool so you're not storing your data on the cloud?
The problem is it doesn't really exist. I had that worry too, and there's a section in the review about privacy too, and they've got good information about privacy. Like anything you do online, anything at all, banking or whatever, you're going to have risks.
Now, the question also with that is, can it track the content that you're viewing on these websites? Or is it just tracking the URL?
It's pretty much just tracking what app you're using. For example, if I use Word, so let's look into it a little here. So business, I was on these websites. I was on Rescue Time, and the blue ones here are productive time. So I've been reviewing PayPal. A lot of Rescue Time here. Circle, I was reviewing that. Asana is our project management.
Now, when you first visit these sites, does it pop up and say, please categorize this, or how does that work?
It will try automatically. For example, like Word here, it's calling design and composition. But you can go in. Where can you do it? So you can go in and edit activity. And here's where I say writing is very productive or very distracting or neutral. So any activity or website I can designate as productive or distracting.
Now let's talk about cost, because this is a very polished piece of software and it's free, right?
Yeah, there's a free version, but to really, I actually ended up paying for it myself. It's $9 a month if you pay for it, because you get so much more. You get a lot more detail in what activities you're doing. and you get the ability to, for example, if you leave your computer and it notices you're idle for 15 minutes or so, you'll get a pop-up after that saying, what were you doing? Were you in a meeting? Were you taking a break? I mean, just to record. It's not going to say, oh, you shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
It's just to record. So if I was in a meeting, it was still productive.
And that's only on the paid version.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
That's only
So-
the paid version.
So my question then is, speaking of being away from your computer, is there a mobile version, and can you do this while you're like on your phone?
There's an Android, but there's no iOS because Apple locks down the iOS operating systems to not share this kind of data with apps.
Okay, so but the Android version can do all the same things that the desktop version.
You know, I haven't even really used it because I mean, frankly,
Well, we can actually go here.
I do my work on a computer, not on the phone, and I think
Right.
most people are that way.
Yeah,
you
so I'm
looking
just
for?
looking through our review here.
Where it talks
There
about
probably is. I'm assuming that there's a section for the mobile
mobile?
version, but we looks like yeah. Well, actually, but this is interesting here. As you mentioned, it's 67%
Yeah.
of time is
Okay,
is
another
unproductive.
premium feature when you pay that you get here. So here's a menu of. Oh, does it not? That should drop down a menu. For some reason, it doesn't like the Surface Hub.
Okay.
But there's a tool that lets me focus time, it's called. So that will turn off all notifications from like Slack. This also has integrations with Slack and other services
Right.
where you can just have them know about what rescue time is doing.
Now, one of the things that I noticed that Jill did, the person who reviewed this, she actually set up an IFTT thing, which is if this, then that, where on her phone, it was able to say, okay, I've enabled rescue time because I'm working. When that's enabled, then disable all notifications. So there are, as you mentioned, there are
Right.
integrations that if you really want to customize this, it sounds like that's an option.
Right, and you could turn off Windows notifications and, as I said, Slack notifications, things
Now-
like that. Focus times, and that's a premium.
Right.
service.
Now, okay, so basically we've talked about really the only two minor downsides to rescue time are it can be expensive if you pay for it, and there's no iOS version. But what does this really do better than anything else? Well, I mean,
Well, nothing else really does all of this. There's another actually mentioned in the review here. There's a competitor that's very lightweight and called Slife, and it's free, but nothing really does this. There are other competitors that are more designed to track your time for billing purposes.
Right.
And
Can this-
Harvest
so this
is our
can't do
editor.
that?
No, this is not.
Okay.
This is not for billing purposes. I mean, you might be able to go in and see what if you were working on a site.
Right.
You know, you can see how much time you spent on that, but it's not really the idea of it.
all right. Now I want to ask you another couple questions, but first, do we have any questions out there, or are we good from the audience? Okay, we're good right now. So if you're just joining us, this is the Rescue Time app. It's productivity and a lot more, as evidenced by its excellent rating on PCMag.com. So the question is,
So see, I'm better than most people. 78%.
yeah, so you're actually doing better than average. Yeah, so basically, what kinds of reports can you run, and how often do you? I mean, like, how often would you look at this report? I mean, you're presumably not looking at this constantly and changing your productivity.
No,
right?
but so here are the reports. Is this not going to come down? Oh, sorry.
Here, I'll try.
Wait, do you have to hold
oh, there
it? Oh, you
you
have
go.
to hold it.
we need
So,
we need to tag team
applications
this
and
here.
websites.
So-
oh, that's another thing. You can set goals, which
Yeah.
you know, you can say like, I want to spend 5 hours doing very productive stuff today, like,
Right.
and the other 3 hours can be neutral or non-productive.
I mean, it seems to me the key reason that you might want to use Rescue Time or another app like this is that you want to evaluate the work that you're doing and see if you can possibly,
Improve, yeah.
improve your productivity. And
Oh,
so
totally.
it's up to you to kind of check this, right? This
Yeah.
isn't going to send you an alert saying, here was your productivity for the day.
Right, and it'll show you patterns. It'll show you, oh, during these hours I was most productive, and like these hours, usually like the afternoon, I'm less productive. That type of thing you can check out. And I think almost just having it there running makes you more productive because you're kind of aware that, like, oh, you know what, I should be doing what I should be doing.
Now, that also brings up the question, though, of if it's running in the background, is this having an effect on your processor and your computing resources?
You know, I haven't really noticed that. I mean,
haven't
since
noticed
it's
that?
mostly cloud based, I haven't noticed any slowdown at all. I mean,
And this works across all browsers, right? Edge, Firefox, Internet
I
Explorer.
believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Looks like we've got a question, or
Sorry.
we're all good with questions. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So this is the Rescue Time app. Do we have anything else that noteworthy about this?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Highly recommended.
Yeah.
Rescue Time.
So I have to say though, a 5-star review is very rare. The Rescue Time has been around for many years, and so it already has it has a kind
Right,
of
they
wide
updated
following.
the interface so it looks better
Yeah,
and cleaner.
and but it has maintained that excellent rating throughout. Looks like we do have one question.
So much more. Is this something you use?
Actually, I just signed up. I just started using it, and I actually paid for it myself because I just thought it was really interesting. So I do want to continue using it.
Yeah. So anyway, this is Rescue Time. It is 5 stars, free for many people, but if you want that added functionality of reporting and telling you when you come back what you were doing, you can pay $9 a month for it. Check out the full review at PCMag.com. We will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time right here on Facebook for yet another One Cool Thing. So we hope to see you then. Thanks very much for watching.